kind of enjoy it. It's kind of fun, but just hoping maybe more people will chime in, you know, listen, pay attention, watch, because God knows you watch fucking retarded cat videos. I know who you are. But anyways, people, I just figured I'd get on video today and kind of talk a little bit about myself. Yeah, I know, right? But anyhow, the reason why is because not a lot of people really know my history as an artist and who I am as a person. So, to give you a little background, I've been doing music for 22 years. I started in 2003 roughly, writing music, sitting there because back in the day, you know, having access to a CD player, and I think my first album that I ever got was 50 Cent, Get Rich or Die Trying, back when it came out. That was the hot shit to have. Still a great record, but anyways, so I would sit there and I'd write rhymes. You know, I was a poet. I liked writing and drawing. I was very artistic and creative, but as time went by, it just kind of transitioned into rhymes. And you know, before I knew it, I felt myself being a teenager, and just like any teenager, I thought I knew everything. So I would just sit there and I was like, fuck you guys. I'm gonna be a famous rapper, and yeah, I don't need school. So I would sit in detention and in school suspension and shit like that, and I'd write music and give the principal the middle finger. And I just always had this vision in my head, and I remember wanting so bad to record music and get it out. Like I heard the people that I listened to, right? So eventually, I remember telling my parents about it. My mom was supportive and she wanted to help me out. One day we found a piece of recording equipment, quote, at a garage sale. And really all it was just a karaoke machine, old as shit too, had an 8-track player on it. And I just kind of turned it into a piece of recording equipment, you feel me? Like, this is back in the day, man, especially in Idaho where I live. I mean, Jesus, there was no hope for you. Like, the whole do-it-yourself movement hasn't even really begun yet. And so what I did was I get some cassette tapes. I bought like a $20 microphone from Radio Shack. I got some headphones from the thrift store, and all the proper plugs and things that I needed, which were just half inches. I started to go to town, and for the first story that I'm gonna tell today about my history, this is kind of what it's gonna go around, because I'm gonna try not to make these too long. But it was kind of ingenious, actually, especially for a kid, you know, to be in there doing this shit. But it's like that's all I had was time, so I would just stay in there and do nothing but write rhymes and record music. So, you know, I'd fuck with it. And what I found out that I could do is if I took like my microphone and my big piece of equipment, I go out there and I record an instrumental I find on YouTube or something. I just very carefully hold the microphone there for like 3.5 minutes, 4 minutes, whatever, until it was done. And then you'd have your beat transferred onto a tape. And then from there, you'd take 2 tapes, run a dual tape deck, and you'd record. One would have the beat, and then one was like basically the dub, and you would record over it. So on your secondary tape, you would have the stuff with your vocals, and then you can just take it and kind of rinse and repeat the process until you have like ad-libs, hooks, and stacks, and things like that. It was not great. It was not a good way to do it, but that's how I started. And I was just flipping tapes for a long time, a couple years, I believe, and just passing them out to whoever I could, man, family, friends. Hell, I even remember back in the MySpace days talking to Bubba Sparks about trying to pass him off one of my cassettes, and he fucking laughed at me. He was like, "What? I don't even have a cassette player, bro, so I don't know how the hell I'm gonna listen to it, but you're a cool guy." You know, I've been very fortunate in that aspect because I just put myself out there, man. You know, there's never gonna be a good day to start. It's never gonna be the right time, so really you just gotta fucking do it. Just like Nike. You know, just do it. You never know what's gonna happen. I started as a kid in my bedroom, man. Didn't even know how I was going to get any of this stuff. Had no help. Didn't even really have access to the internet back then. And man, damn, that was like a badge of honor, you know, if you could spit like Nas, or, you know, you had the same kind of vibe as NWA or something, or who else was popular, Eminem or something, you know, back in the day, it actually mattered. Now, I don't know, it seems like it's more how hot's your beat and how catchy's your hook. The rest just don't seem to really fucking matter so much. But, you know, it's like, I can't not believe that one day this shit's gonna work out. You know, I've had such humble beginnings. I remember when I was recording my debut album, which was a double album, by the way. I don't know who does that for a debut. Now looking back on it in hindsight, I feel insane. But anyways, I was recording an 18-track. Oh, sorry, I got a phone call there. So, yeah, as I was saying, you know, when I was recording that double album, very humble beginnings. At the time, I was living in a house that was so badly wired that you couldn't even plug in a damn Xbox or run an, you know, an in-window AC unit without tripping the breakers and then damn near burning the house down. And I was in a little dirt floor basement, fighting Black Widow spiders and whatever else was down there trying to fuck with me. Just trying to get it out, man. I would go to work full time. I was working 40 hours a week, man, like a minimum wage job. I go home and I'd sit my ass down in a basement and I would just sit there and I'd put headphones in and I'd just write every day, you know. And it just got to the point where, you know, it becomes a part of your life. It becomes a part of what you do. It's who you are. And I guess that's why I can't give music up and leave it alone. It doesn't matter what I do. I always end up coming back to it. But it's just, it's changed so much that it's really hard to even look at it the same way anymore. I mean, they devalued art to the point it's a fucking TikTok short or some crap, you know, and they'll pay you pennies on the dollar for it. But for me, I feel like there's still hope out there. There's gotta be. For people like me and for other talented individuals just trying to get themselves out there. We may not be a part of your club, but I just don't really give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna keep beating and throwing my goddamn finger up like so until you let me in. But anyways, I don't know where the fuck I was going with this today. I have no clue. I just know that, you know, when it comes down to me as a person and what I've been through in life, I've never let not having what I needed really stand in my way. I just fucking do it, man. Just go out and do it. There's nothing stopping you, absolutely not. The only thing stopping you at the end of the day is yourself, or maybe budgetary constraints, but you can still get the damn music out there, so do it. Anyways, folks, have a good day. Bye.